What
So
did you think of?
when you drafted Jalen Carter, you knew you were getting a great player, but did you expect him to be this dominant this early?
I don't know that, and I think part of that is probably I try to limit my expectations of people, especially young players like Jalen, because for us, from our perspective, as soon as we get them, now they're into our development program. Of how we want to develop guys with the skills and the traits that he's got, and he's got great skills and traits, and he's got to continue to develop within the defense and learn that, and he's doing that, and he's finding some spots to have some success. But like anybody. To be great, it's got to be a day in and day out process, and he's learning that, and he's doing it, and he's trying to do it, and so that's kind of the emphasis with him is just with Coach Rocker and him is just keep developing him every day with the details and the fundamentals that we want to teach, and that'll help magnify his own skill sets that he brings.
He's got that limited. He's playing like 40% of the snaps right now. I guess is that something that you want him in that like kind of designated pass rusher kind of spot role, or do you sort of see him as someone who can play a bigger percentage of the downs?
I don't know about percentages, but in terms of being able to play on all downs, yeah. But you see that with all of our guys. That's the whole philosophy here that we've talked about for a long time is we want to be able to send guys in waves at these guys and make them stay fresh, and that's why the standard is the standard in that room. And Coach Rocker and Coach Washburn really hold them to that standard that they've got to earn the right to rush the passer, and that means you got to play first, second down defense. You got to play run defense, and you better be good with our techniques and our fundamentals that we're teaching so they can do that. And he's doing that.
Fletcher Cox has gotten off to a real good start here. Do you get any sense that maybe like young guys like Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, have kind of breathed a little bit more life into him? Do you think kind of rejuvenated him a little bit?
I don't think so. I mean, Fletcher's been dominant for a long time, and I think it's a credit to Fletcher and how he prepares his body and his mind for a season. I think the young guys really need to take notice of that, and if they want to have a long career like Fletcher, really learn and take some notes on how to go about doing that. And we've got some good veterans in our room. Brandon, BG's another one that have long-term sustained success, and there's a process to do that in this league. If you want to be a 10-year guy, it's not for everybody. And Fletcher's a great example of a consummate professional of how to do that and put in the grind every day. And, you see the guy practice, like he practices at such a high level in terms of running and setting a standard for the guys. And it's inspirational for a coach to watch that, and it should be inspirational for the fellow players to watch. And I think they do take inspiration from it.
What did you think of James Bradberry in the slot? How did he perform? And then on the flip side, how did Josh Jobe perform outside?
Yeah, I think James did a good job. This was his first time in game speed to play in the slot, and he did a good job in the roles that we had asked him to do. And will he get better? Yeah, for sure. Everybody's getting better. It's only week 3 for us. We're still climbing in terms of our technique and fundamentals and building that cohesiveness. And then when you have some transitions that we've had in terms of moving pieces, we're still building that continuity. But the good part of it is they're all getting it. They're all getting those reps at it. And so Josh falls in a similar place. This was his first time really playing a big chunk of plays. And he got a feel out there, and there's some things that he knows he wants to clean up and that we want to clean up with his techniques and fundamentals. But for him, it's about trusting his techniques and fundamentals and being able to continually down in and down out, like we talked about with the other guys, do that. That's the mark of a really good player is you're able to stay focused, rep in and rep out, and be able to put it at a certain level of output with your technique and fundamentals on every single play. And that comes from trusting your techniques and your fundamentals. And Coach McDonald and Coach Johnson and Coach Williams, in the DB room, they've done a great job, to be honest, of preparing a lot of different guys in different spots.